In the headlines, government seeks out new farming practices for food sustainability and new equipment to assist with reform for prison inmates. Hello and welcome to National Focus. I'm Priska Julian. Stay tuned for details of the headline stories and others coming up. Welcome back. For ensuring food sustainability in the event of natural disaster, the Ministry of Agriculture is looking into new scientific practices for ensuring seasonal native foods to Dominica may be available year-round. This as the Honorable Prime Minister Dr. Roosevelt Skerrit explains that food sustainability is a chief part in Dominica's resiliency drive. The Prime Minister was speaking at a handing over ceremony last Friday where several farmer groups were made equipped with upgraded greenhouses and cash grants for further development of their agricultural practices.
In the revisiting of the agricultural program and policies, we are also looking at crops. What are some of the resilient crops we can plant? Crops which do not have a major impact on the environment. Crops that can withstand the ravages. So even if your crop there were to be a slight movement of the soil, that it can still survive.
The Honorable Prime Minister gave example of how other crops which were once seasonal can now be obtained throughout the year due to the employment of proven sustainable farming practices.
I have found in my own personal experience that the sweet potatoes are very resilient crops. You know, even after the hurricane, I was able to harvest several bags of sweet potatoes and feed people. And these are things that we're looking at in agriculture, not only having these crops to be seasonal, but what kind of science or technology or practice you can bring in to make it year-round. You understand? As we've done with yams, where yams used to be seasonal, and now you can get yams any time of the year because of the new practices.
Honorable Skerrit elaborated on how exactly this ties in with becoming the first climate-resilient nation, further explaining how it befits the nation to rely less on imported goods.
This is in line with the whole vision of creating the world's first climate-resilient nation. Because part of that resilience is about sustainable livelihoods, making a living from what we have, that we do not have to rely too heavily on imports. Because if we rely too heavily on imports and your airport gets destroyed and your port gets destroyed and the tides are high and the boats cannot land, where are you going to get food from? How are you going to eat?
In more news, equipment made available to the Dominica State Prison is hopeful to heighten the successful social integration of those incarcerated. The equipment was handed over last Thursday at the Dominica State Prison and was donated by the Regional Security System and the European Union under the 10th EDF project. At the small handing over ceremony, the Honorable Minister for Justice, Immigration and National Security, Rayburn Blackmore, remarked that especially for the sake of the young persons incarcerated, he anticipates that the newly received equipment will assist in character reform.
We go a long way, as I heard from quite rightly from the head of the prisons department, in actually ensuring that when an inmate who can be reformed, because mark you, the number of persons who offend or offend our laws will have to be put away for a long time, and sometimes for life, because of the gravity of the offense that he or she has committed. But there's the next category of inmates that we have to allow a second chance. And it means, therefore, the prison has to be so equipped, not only with the personnel, but with the requisite infrastructure, to, first of all, formulate programs that are geared towards reforming more so young people who enter the prisons setting.
In the opinion of the first Secretary of the European Union delegation to Barbados and the Eastern Caribbean, Luca Peritoni, the cycle where inmates are released only to later be incarcerated again must be broken through education and vocational skills.
We must break the vicious circle of arrest, trial, release, arrest, that people get out of prison only to land back in court and find themselves once again behind bars for repeat offenses. We know that the path is not easy, that it is an uphill struggle in many ways and for all actors involved. It requires hard work, perseverance, and dedication. We do all realize that some equipment do not solve the problem. Nonetheless, it is a small step in the right direction, moving the focus from punishment to rehabilitation. The presence of high government authorities today and the presence of the highest ranking officials in Dominica detention system shows that there is a commitment, an understanding, and that there are all the conditions to ensure that we can move to a system where detention is also a moment for improvement, for training, for acquisition of new skills.
Director of Operations and Plans for Regional Security System, Jeffrey Ford, remarked that attaining the equipment and empowering the prisoners for change is a step for social development.
This project under the 10th EU Development Fund represents our first steps at engagement with correctional facilities to strengthen rehabilitation initiatives. In our acknowledgement of the role of recidivism in national security paradigms, in the first instance, we are here to present to the government and people of Dominica some equipment that we believe can assist in strengthening rehabilitation initiatives. The computers and other equipment, the sewing machines, sanders, and saws, will hopefully improve the technical and vocational training conducted in this correctional facility.
In May 2017, for the first time, 14 male inmates got the opportunity to sit the Caribbean Secondary Education Certificate English A exams, in which 4 were successful. Superintendent of the Prison Services, Kenrick Jean-Jacques, says this synergy and assistance of other partners is a great push for the ongoing efforts of the Dominica State Prison to prepare its inmates for successfully rejoining the free world.
Efforts are ongoing here at Dominica State Prison towards reform, which is viewed as critical to present-day realities and future projections. One area of reform identified relates to putting various mechanisms in place to strengthen the numeracy and literacy level of inmates. Having every inmate who exits the prison with a high level of education and a particular skill set would be a major achievement.
The donated equipment includes a sewing machine and computers. Superintendent Jean-Jacques ensured that the equipment would be put to good use. The Ministry of Education and Human Resource Development will administer the annual Grade 6 National Assessment G6NA on Thursday, June 14th and Friday, June 15th, 2018. This year, 475 girls and 490 boys are set to write the exams. This number represents a 4% decrease from last year when 1,010 students sat the exams. The examinations are scheduled to begin at 8 a.m. with an assembly at 7:45 at 52 centers around the island. On day 1, students will be tested on language arts and social studies, while on day 2, mathematics and science will be administered. The G6NA was pushed back 2 weeks in an effort to help facilitate schools which lost instructional time as a result of the passage of Hurricane Maria in September 2017. And that's the English segment of the news. Shakira Pia is up next with Creole highlights.
Bienvenue à ce nouvel accueil. Mon nom c'est Shakira Pia. Gouvernement a mis mise en place pour terre yo ka van bamoun. Annoncement ça a été fait par Premier ministre Honorable Dr. Roosevelt Skerrit. Premier ministre là te ka parlé pendant une cérémonie qui prend place vendredi là, il dit gouvernement a fait cette terre pour agriculteur qui servi pour purpose ça là seulement. Premier ministre a dit le gouvernement vente pour planter moun la qui gagne la peke sa vente la pour d'autres raisons mais pour planter manger ba pays là. Avant moun qui te gagne terre gouvernement te sa vente la pour d'autres purposes là après 10 l'année. Honorable Scary dit que tire loi ça là passe moun qui gagne terre gouvernement pour faire jardin ka vente la ba moun sans certificat après 5 l'année. Premier ministre la fait parole qui ont longtemps moun ka vente la ba moun pour faire caille. Honorable Scary Kakouye a sous planter qui ni terre pour planter. Il dit Dominique supposé sauver terre agriculteur pour faire certaine sécurité manger. À d'autres nouvelles, Senior Meteorological Officer Marshall Alexander Kakiwiye a sous moun pour préparer bien pour saison cyclone ça là. Saison cyclone a commencé à sur le 1er juillet et puis qu'a fini à sur le 30 novembre l'année ça là. Quand Dominique te tapé un mauvais blowhot cyclone Maria l'année passée, il est bien important pour moun préparer pour saison cyclone ça là.
Quand moun météo responsable nous c'est pour ba information. Ba information contre talent. Et puis si ni cyclone va venir, nous supposé ba information pour 20 moun, un cyclone va venir, un mauvais temps va venir et puis moun ni pour écouter information là et puis faire ça nous peut faire les autant information là. So pas ni an ka écouter information et puis on ka ciser. Si on dit au court va venir, nous mettons en son warning. So supposé faire ça ou supposé ni pour faire. Si on vivre bon la rivière ou supposé sortir là. Ou pas si c'est là ouest pour la rivière commence à descendre pour ka courir. Ou supposé savent ka ouest bon la rivière, ka ouest bon la mer, ni pour sortir là, tuer bateau bon la mer et pas ouest les bitins rivière là.
Et puis finalement, membre parlement pour constituency cottage, Honorable Reginald Austri, voit développement Kaila en Cotton Hill Lagon, quand il y a transformation qui prend place en notre pays là. Honorable Austri dit pour mettre valeur à ce développement l'hôtel la place là, il y a important pour faire communauté qui peut plus meilleure. Honorable Austri dit board la mela ka jouer un majeur part pour tourisme à Guatan, spécialement pour l'hôtel là qui a bâti. Même parlement là aussi fait parole qui environnement là c'est posé bon pour faire une bonne impression. Guantas aussi qui fait bien en affaires yacht et puis c'est place là Ross University qui fait l'opération et puis ça qui mène le développement économique à ville là. Gouvernement aussi fait available en chance bien facile pour mettre le développement et puis infrastructurel en place là. Honorable Austri te parlé pendant une cérémonie pour lancer le développement à Guantans jeudi semaine passée. Ça c'est tout pour nouvelle à Créole. Non, moi c'est Shakira Européen. Au revoir.
That's all for this edition of National Focus. Be sure to follow GIS on facebook.com/GIS News Dominica and follow us on Twitter at GIS Dominica. You can also catch up on past National Focus newscasts on our GIS Dominica YouTube channel. From all of us here on the GIS News production team, I am Priska Julian. Thanks for watching.